All right, we are recording right now. It is Wednesday, 21 August. Crazy, crazy incident happened a few hours ago, actually, and I'm going to read it out. What happened in Cryptonaire network a few hours ago? Some of you will be aware of this because you're in the Telegram channel. I didn't email this out because I can only email out once a day. If I try to email out more frequently than once a day, then I will lose access to being able to email you. It's just the basic emailing rule. And that is the purpose behind the Telegram channel, is that in live time, as frequently as I need to, I can send out messages, and as many of them, there's no rules to the channel. When it comes to emailing, there are rules and there are kind of hidden rules. One of them is about frequency. So I can't just email things out to you in live time as many times as I wish. So what did we discuss on Telegram? A few things happened. First of all, our website went down. Our website went down. It went down for 60 seconds. At the time that it went down, I was actually emailing you and I was messaging you about um, the previous Zoom session as I was having a discussion with a gentleman named Michael Banks. And I was messaging about this, about how I have been overpaying you and how I love to overpay you and how I love to take care of the fees when you are making deposits. I spoke about how I take care of the fees when it comes to providing commissions. And I'm spending hundreds of dollars on a daily basis just to send you your commissions. The tech, being tech, I have access to what's called an admin panel, which on the back means I can see all of the numbers and I can see what's going on. In it, just automatically, the tech put a fee for the commission withdrawals just to calculate it, to make it easier for me. And all I have to do is press a button and I can send out the withdrawal with the fees. But I have never done that and I never will. So, as I was talking about this, I logged into the admin panel to go ahead and pay out some more commissions. And the website was acting funny. It was on, then it was off, then I had to refresh and it was on and it was off. And I quickly messaged tech. I said, hey, something's going on, quickly fix it. As I said that, I didn't even look at the message back, the response back from the tech team. I quickly wrote a message out. And I wrote it out. If we have a look at the Telegram, this is how fast tech are and how competent they are. I said, and I quote, site is down because of all the traffic coming in. The tech team are getting it back up right now as I type this. As soon as it's up, I'll delete this message. This is the benefit to the Telegram channel. I can give live information in a hurry for you. Precisely 60 seconds later, less than 60 seconds, I again sent a message out. That was quick. I'll keep this up, meaning the message, to show you how fast they work. 60 seconds it took. In these 60 seconds, by the way, that's the first time a site has gone down for me in 12 years. It was 60 seconds long. In these 60 seconds, not only was I active, but the tech team were active. After this incident, I had a conversation with them and they are on rotation. I didn't even ask them for this. They're on rotation on the site live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just to make sure everything functions smoothly. So they decided to split their schedule up in a way that during the 24 hours, there's always someone on the mark. So that's amazing. 7 of you in Cryptonaire network messaged me during those 60 seconds, reached out to me during those 60 seconds. So that shows A, the tech team are competent, and I don't even have to tell them things. They just quickly arrange any fixes for anything. B, it shows that you're competent, sharp, very sharp. And C, of course, 24/7, I'm working for you guys unless I'm sleeping. So things are going very, very well. Now, 60 seconds, I have to hold myself to a very high standards. And that's because I'm taking care of you. So I have to hold Cryptonet network to the highest and highest of standards. 60 seconds is in more than a year for a site to go down, and for 7, 8 plus the tech team to be fully aware of it and fully on it is very, very, a very high competence. However, 60 seconds is 60 seconds. And so as an apology, I decided for the next 24 hours, since the minute that it was fixed, which you can see on Telegram in your own time zones, from that time and in the next 24 hours, any commissions withdrawn, I'm going to add 5%. So whatever commissions you choose to withdraw, I'm going to add 5%. That's for 24 hours. This is a way for me to apologize to you. Now, people might think it's extreme. However, when I've traveled the world, I know that certain cultures are relaxed on timings. Certain cultures are relaxed on competency levels, on mistakes or errors or something happening. And some countries and some cultures absolutely are not. One of those cultures is the Japanese culture. There was a time, and you can Google this, the Japanese public train, this is, okay? Now, if you have a look at public trains in most countries, there's always something happening. They're late, they're canceled, this, that, and the other. The Japanese railway system, so complex and so large, but they issued out a formal apology to everyone because one of their trains left 20 seconds early. 20 seconds early. Not 20 seconds late, 20 seconds early. And there's many other cultures that are on time. Germans, for example, will say 5 minutes early or 15 minutes early is on time, and on time is late. And then there are other cultures that are just chill and relaxed. But I like to be as competent as possible. So I look at the cultures that are as competent as possible. And so if the Japanese railway system, the public railway system will apologize for 20 seconds early, I must apologize for the site being down for 60 seconds. So extra 5% commission for the next 24 hours. 23, 22, or 21 hours. I'm not sure what it is now. You can check the timestamps on the Telegram. I could add a few hours in. I don't really mind. But there will be an extra 5% in commissions if you withdraw it. So let's just say you withdraw $1,000. What you will receive will not be $1,000. You'll receive $1,050. So I will see the numbers, add 5%, bam, and all payments go out. Jed said a great question. Does that include the add to balance feature? No. So I suggest for you to withdraw in these next 24 hours and then redeposit. I apologize for that. The reason is because this bonus is literally just for 24 hours as a form of apology. And I don't want to have the system rearranged and the commission structures and everything rearranged just for 24 hours, if that makes sense. So if you wish to add to available balance, you can do so as usual after these 24 hours. For now, I suggest for you to withdraw. and then just deposit back in. So make sure you do that. Now, every time you deposit, also please make sure, as it shows on the deposit now section, to generate a new address each time you deposit. There is a notes once you pick any coin and you pick any number and you click to generate address, you're going to see the address, the QR code, and you're going to see a note. And the note will tell you that the QR code and address that you're depositing into is one-time use only. So if you are going to send a payment again to it, then click generate new address, and a new address is generated, and you copy paste that new one. So each deposit is a new one, please. Junior said, I've been trying to log in for the next 2 minutes, for the past 2 minutes, but the site is not available. Is there maintenance occurring? Let's have a look now. Um, I was literally just on it, and I'm going to show you. Oh, service unavailable. So it went down in live time right now. No, it's up again. Yeah, it's basically just the servers are, I think, is refreshing. There's so much traffic that it got increased. And right now it's 50-50. So if you refresh, then it works. And then sometimes it doesn't work. It's still propagating. So it's worked, but it's propagating. Um, and like, for example, right now you can see it's on. As you can see, it's on. And then I go to click log in. And I see this error. But if I refresh, sometimes the error will remove. But it should take about 24 hours to fully settle. And it happens when you're changing servers or when you're upgrading servers. It takes time for it to propagate. So it might be working for you, but not for me. And a few hours later, it's also working for me now. And in every country or every location, it will start to work slowly. But if you just keep refreshing, then it will be fine. And I pre-warned everyone on this, and accelerator members and people that are in Cryptonaire network, the free members that have been focused and paid attention before United started. Please do let everybody know. I mentioned that this could happen because of the traffic and demand, and to just keep refreshing. Right now, I just refreshed, for example, and it's working. So I'm going to click on log in. And as you can see, I clicked log in. Maybe it will work, maybe it will not work, but you have to just keep refreshing. So now it didn't work. I'm just going to refresh and go back. It's annoying, but it just shows you just how much demand there is in United right now. So that's all getting sorted out. It's absolutely insane. Junior said you have to ensure you have enough bandwidth to handle the expected traffic. We upgraded it, all of that before, and there's still more traffic than expected. So that's basically what it is. And I'm going to check up with tech right now again. Uh, But just keep trying, guys. Anyhow, it will all get fixed up. So Zoom user said, I logged in just now in Florida. So it works there. And for me personally, it's 50-50. So it's getting, as you can see, it's sorted out. It just takes, and you guys can answer this question, some of you that are in tech. Um, it takes what, 24 hours for things to propagate. I think it's called propagate. I have just managed to log in now. I know it's a bit bright to see, but I've managed to log in. So it works. Just keep trying, please. As an apology, 5% extra commissions for the next 24 hours. So apart from that, yes, I enjoy this overpaying. A lot of people were thanking me for it and messaging me about that. Whenever you make a deposit, there's always a blockchain fee, but I don't want you to pay for it. So what happens is the number that reflects on your dashboard is as if there was no fee, but there is a fee, and that comes out of my pocket. Next, even though that comes out of my pocket, the commissions are calculated based on the number on your screen, which means I'm now paying an extra fee because I'm paying for the commissions also. And then on top of that, you can withdraw that commission without having to pay a fee, in which case I'm paying a fee again. So I pay 3 fees per transfer. Then there's the uni level, that's 10 levels. So in reality, I can pay up to 30 fees almost if somebody purchases on the 10th level, and then I'm paying out 9 different commissions, for example. I'm paying out a fee many times. And then anything above 50, under $50, I lose money because you get $50 of bonus, and then there's all of those fees. So I actually lose money. I'm paying for you on on lower um, on lower volumes, and I didn't even know that, but it's fine. So what I ended up mentioning was that I'm very proud about paying currently over $200 a day in USDT fees. Not $200 a day that I'm paying out, $200 a day in fees. The transaction fees are about $2.27, $3, $4, a dollar, sometimes a few cents. And I'm paying out 100 plus commissions, commission payments a day. So from my own personal pocket, over $200 a day in just fees just to pay you. And the minimum is extremely small. So anytime you make a withdrawal under a certain amount, I won't tell you what that certain amount is. I lose money, but withdraw as you wish, especially now in the next 24 hours that you're getting an extra 5%. And I want to be able to spend $2,000 plus a day in transaction fees paying you out. I want to overpay you even more. I want to do the most that I can for you. And the extra 5% that you're getting is another proof of my words. Anything that I say, I can back up with action, right? And with results and with proof. So I wanna reach a point during United where where I'm paying over $2,000 a day in fees just to take care of you. We're at 200 plus now. We can make it 10 times bigger. Speaking of 10 times bigger, 16 times bigger from round 1 to round 5, that is. A lot of people are asking, when is the next private sale? How many are there going to be? What's coming up next after United? Focus on United is what you should be focused on. Always just take the same action as me in lifetime and nothing else. Now, to answer the question, just for the sake of answering it, not for the sake of I want to inform you or I want to explain things to you, just do what I do, and generally speaking, you'll do well. I hope we can agree on that. So the information that I'm going to share with you now is literally for fun. Private sales are getting extremely difficult and rare. Like the good ones are getting rarer and rarer, and it's very difficult to find. This is coming from me. From you, you can't find it, period. That's a thing of the past for you. You really have to have a deep network And you have to have an understanding on what private sales will work and which ones will not. And there's many different factors to it. So you wouldn't know what's good and what's not. And I have that filter system and the choices. And even with a filter system that's solid and with many, many potential choices, they're falling off. It's very difficult to find. I used to, for reference, get into private sales every month or two and make a great profit. And this was many, many years ago. And then it became once every 6 months. Then it became once a year if I'm lucky. And then there hasn't been a private sale for a while, longer, way longer than a year. And then Mintab came about, and then United now came about. And when is the next one going to be? I'm telling you right now, I would be absolutely shocked if there will be another one even next year. It's difficult to find. Difficult. So your focus needs to be on what's in front of you right now. Oftentimes, people overanalyze. They look too far in, too many moves ahead, and they don't even make a move. It's called paralysis by analysis. You paralyze yourself by analyzing too much. So it's very simple. I don't personally paralyze myself by analyzing too much. Let's take boxing, which is a great sport. I'm loving it right now. No paralysis by analysis. This is the coach. He's had a great professional record. After he finished his professional career, he went into refereeing. He went as a ref to referee matches, and he enjoyed that. And then after he refereed matches for years, he decided to coach boxing. This guy lives and breathes boxing. Lives and breathes boxing. So I picked him. I said, this is the guy. And I can tell because I was doing a Muay Thai before. I have an eye for, I can see a fighter from a mile away. I saw this guy, he was coaching someone, and I said, this has to be my coach. Anything he tells me, I don't question. I don't think about, I just do. I just go. I'd never asked him once, what's your game plan? I just looked him square in the eye and I said, listen, I am going to take this serious. Anything you tell me, I'm going to do, and train me like a professional athlete. Train me like I want to be a pro. I'm not doing it for fitness. I'll do anything you say. That's it. And that's our relationship. He tells me, I do. I'm completely exhausted. I have no energy left. I'm done. He tells me to go another round. I go another round. So this is the mentality you need to have. Did I ask him what's next? What's the schedule like next month? How long until you think I'm ready for to do one fight? I want to do one professional fight. Just to get it out, like just to tick it off the list. I never asked him any of these questions. I don't ask him any questions, actually. I don't need to. He just tells me what to do and I do it. And that's it. And in your case, it should be the same case with you when it comes to crypto. Any questions you're asking is you throwing dust into your eyes and having this, trying to get smoke and mirrors on the fact that you might be afraid of pushing a button to purchase United. And the time that you mess around, you're screwing yourself. every time you mess around. I had a person, I'll give you an example right now, on, I'm not going to mention names, but this person has been with us for a long time. Great person. He has access, as a matter of fact, to my WhatsApp directly. And he wasted my time. He's going to be here now. Don't give yourself away. All right. Here's what he said. When do you expect United Token to go public? It showed that question, by the way, showed me that he wasn't serious, because the answer is in the menu in Cryptonaire Network in the dashboard. You just go to the PDF presentation of United and it's right there. Not when do you expect, the actual date is there. Next, how many other cryptocurrencies you expect this year? I believe he's asking about private sales. And this is why I opened this topic about the private sales and letting you know how rare it is. It went from once a month to once every 6 months to a year to way over a year. And then we got very lucky with what we have now. And when's the next one? I will be surprised if next year there's going to be one. So make the most of it. Then he asked for the commission structure. Of course, I didn't talk about it. That's sarcasm. I have made sure to give you all the answers clearly laid out. Yes, there are things for me to update and add in, but every question he asked, when I answered it, he still asked how many more coins this year. So, and then he asked how many total United coins is there. So, just it's very simple. Do what I do the same way that I do what I'm told by my boxing coach. And beforehand, I had a mentor who taught me about, these how to set up these marketing campaigns and this and that and the other. And I just did what he told me. I didn't even question it. And the thing that he told me was, the first thing he said to me was, Rahman, there is a reason I am teaching you and you're not the one teaching me. And he said it's because I know things that you don't know. So he said, as long as you want me to teach you, we have one simple rule. The rule is very simple. Anything I tell you that you understand, take action on. Anything I tell you that you don't understand, take action on with the same enthusiasm, the same speed, and the same level of implementation. And he told me then, the difference between me and you is that there's going to be many things I tell you that you don't understand. And that's why I'm sitting where I'm sitting and you're sitting where you're sitting. So let's close the gap. And the only way to close that gap is to just listen. Just do what I do. And I even taught you how to choose whom to listen to and for the purpose to it. Always read in between the lines, right? I gave an example about this previously. Some people will tell you, maybe they'll sell a course and say, that's amazing, great business model, this, that, and the other. But what are they doing? They're selling a course. If that business model was so great and making great money for them, why aren't they busy with it? Right? Why aren't they busy with it? Now you can ask me that same question, and I've answered it on the home video of the YouTube channel. So anything you have to ask me, it's the answers are right in front of you. You just have to dive into it and look through it. So make the same moves as me over a long period of time or over any period of time, you'll actually have the same results as me. My only promise to you, or the promise I can make to you, is that whatever I tell you, I'm doing. And there is nothing that I'm not doing that I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you to buy United. What does that mean? I've bought United. Round two, am I going to buy United? Yes, even though I could make more money if I get into round one. Why? Because I'm going to tell you to buy it at round two for those of you that miss it. And for those of you that miss round two, I'm going to tell you to buy round three. So that means I'm forcing myself also to purchase in round three, round four, round five. I'm purposely and actively losing out on more money just because I need to do what I tell you to do. I need to stick to this principle. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is, paying hundreds of dollars a day in fees, taking care of you to make sure you have as many tokens as possible, that you have as big of a commission as possible. I've explained everything clearly enough. Now is time for you to decide and for you to ask yourself, will I step up to the plate and make it happen? Because Rahman has made it as easy as possible. And that choice now is with you. Those few people, the few, it has become now, by the way, who don't do anything. Maybe they ask too many questions. They're not asking questions because the answer is not there. They're asking these questions because they have a sense of fear. That fear is something you're going to, in the future, regret. And I'm talking now to the few people who haven't purchased, who haven't gotten into United. Later, there will be a split in Cryptonaire network. There's going to be a split of people who got in and got in big versus people who didn't get in, the few that didn't get in. And the regret you're going to feel later is going to be a very painful one. And you will say to yourself, if only I had the courage, or even if you purchased United, you will say to yourself, if only I purchased more. So the two big regrets later will be, if only I could have purchased more. Why didn't I? I should have purchased more. Look at these numbers. And damn it, I didn't even, I was asking too many questions, even though the answer was clearly on the menu. And I screwed up because of fear, because of excuses that I said to myself, because of I was trying to figure it out and I just gave up. We've got a particular gentleman. He called himself 68 years young and he figured it out. He figured it out. I didn't have to tell him anything. What he did was he converted his, I think it was British pounds into USDT or something like that, or Bitcoin, and then he transferred it out. And then he thought that I took fees. And this is where the fees conversation came up on how I'm overpaying you and how I want to pay you even more. And then I checked the numbers. I don't even check the numbers, how much fees were going out, paying you and taking care of you. If it's $200 plus on a day on fees for commissions, What about the fees for deposits?
The biggest one now. How much are let's say bread? 459 by Ariana. So if the one even at 500, you can share water.
That's
Then the
odd.
water. You get money, you get a level water. Yeah, well, orange if you go on this. But very
Hey, hey, hey. I'm trying to mute. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. There was interference. Someone unmuted themselves. I forgot to mute everyone out. So yeah, that's how the fees conversation came up. And this was what happened all today, basically. I'm putting out as much content as possible, everything else that needs to go up on the dashboard. So I'm very busy with that now. If there's any questions whatsoever, let me know. I'm happy to answer. Somebody said, this is another person, I'm 65 in 2 weeks. Happy birthday. Hope you are in good health. And on SSI, I'm not sure what that is. I am putting every free dollar in, even doing some side work to get some extra. There we go. That's correct. I did exactly with all 4 proposals. And he's talking about certain tokens. Zoom user, as he logged in as a guest, said, Rahman, you are a master of patience. Oh my God. I will. I have the callus. I have the thick skin for it because I deal with and I've handled so many people over the last 12 years. And I can tell you, and I've mentioned it on the Telegram, I feel very blessed to have you guys. You're the easiest group of people I've ever worked with. This is number one. Very competent, number two. And the relationship we've been developing over the last year and a half, 2 years, some of you 3+ years, is phenomenal. We've just gone from strength to strength, and we're getting bigger, and everybody is getting more competent, more sharp, more professional, and on point. So I have to thank you guys for it. You really make it a joy for me to deliver to the best of my ability. I initially intended to keep it just to that first private sale, take a step back, help out the accelerator members and the secret members, and keep things calm. However, I really enjoy working with you guys, and I want to continually take things to the next level. That's what I want to do. I want to continuously take things to the next level, and that's why I work so hard now. Rahman, your prediction for United is to do 10x from the listing price from $0.016 to $0.16. Knowing you as I do, am I right in saying that it is a very conservative number? It could and probably will go much higher, like 50x. It's a very good point that you make. 10x is fairly easy. So yes, it's an extremely conservative number. What could it potentially do? Um, let's say, okay, when you go from private sale to public sale, the launch price can go up. The price can go up significantly. What is considered significant? 20 to 30. That's a good figure. Lock-in periods will take place, and the of the tokens getting released for round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5. During the lock-in periods, the price will go down and correct. But the game is going to come out, and the pay-to-play feature is going to start, and then things are going to go up. regardless of the crypto market. Games are hot, Solana's hot, altcoin season happens, it could go up 50x. And this is just any normal token on the Solana blockchain. The way that this is set up, it could go up much higher. So if we're talking numbers that I would not be shocked by, I would not be shocked if it went up 20 times and it stayed there. And that's the normal of the pricing from the launch price. So 10x is quite conservative. 20x after all of the corrections is a highly probable. And altcoin season hits, and it could just do another 10x from there. So that's 200x. And then don't forget also, you got to factor in that it could go on a centralized exchange at any time. So what happens from there? It could go up 500% from there. So in reality, it could go up very, very significant. And on top of that, you get paid in United tokens for the passive income side of things for the pay-to-play feature. On top of that, it's very likely that what we get paid is going to be higher every single time. On top of that, even if you sell all of your tokens on the public market, you're still getting paid your passive income because the shares are permanently locked based on the number of United tokens you have. So the maths is crazy. The maths is crazy. The numbers are crazy. And the opportunity is extraordinarily scarce. Under 2 days for round one. So if you're going to go in big. And if you are not going in, wake up and go in big. You've got under 2 days to go in as big as possible. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean round two, you're screwed? No, round two is amazing too, but not as good as round one. And round three is amazing, but not as good as round two. Round four is amazing, not as good as round three. Round five is amazing, not as good as round four. When it goes public, it's amazing, but not as good as the first few days if you get in. So as you can see, when it comes to this, the earlier and the bigger, the better. Each individual number is crazy. And then when you add it up, it multiplies in such a big way. Now, when is it going to go on the centralized exchange? I spoke about this to the Russian community. I actually did a Zoom session with just Russian speakers yesterday, and I uploaded the recording and the title is a Russian title. I uploaded it on Telegram, by the way. I think I emailed it out also. They asked the great question, which is when is it going to go on the public exchange and how big can it go for us if we just put it out in the public exchange like Binance or Coinbase, things like this. I've mentioned this before to you guys several weeks ago, I believe it was. People have a misconception. They have the misconception that the centralized exchange, Binance, for example, is your friend. They're not your friend. If a coin gets listed early into and I'm going to define early for you in a moment. If it gets listed early onto, let's say, Binance, we'll give that as an example. So it gets listed on Binance ahead of time, early. Early meaning not much movement, not a big market cap, not much money in it, which means that anyone with some money can come in and take over the coin. They can buy up the whole supply, take over, and then manipulate the pricing however they wish, and then dump it at a nice profit. If the coin is at that level and then it lists on Binance, I'm screwed, you're screwed, because Binance don't give a shit about any of us. Binance only care about making money. The only way that Binance makes money is by listing coins, and they're going to put those two coins into two different brackets. Bracket number one is very simple. There's a potential because there's lots of people in it, but there's not that much money in it. So we're just going to list this coin. We don't care what it is. And we're going to take over that coin and we're going to dump it. We're going to make a cool profit and we're going to keep going. And we're going to have the majority of the coins that we list is on that side. Next, on the other side, when the coin, when United token is on that side, that's when they will list. And that's based on my advice to them. And what that side is when it will take reasonably large sum of money for Binance or for a centralized exchange to do a hostile takeover, to take over the coin and then to dump it on all of us and then to make their cool profit. That happens when the relationship is different. The relationship is different because there are many users, lots of people buying and selling. In this case, Binance wants that token to be successful because there's a big user base that they can get for free. So imagine United go to Binance, or Binance actually will reach them first, by the way. And they will say, well, we've noticed you've got 2 million people buying and selling up the coin. 2 million people is a lot of people for us. We will list your coin. And they're not going to do a hostile takeover, because if they did that, they lose those 2 million people, or as many of those 2 million people as possible, to registering an account in Binance. And Binance, the more accounts are registered, the more money they make. So the two relationships they have with coins they list is, we're going to screw you, and we're going to take as much of your customer base as possible. And it's a win-win situation because we're going to make everyone happy there as possible by putting it up on the site in a clearer way, so that lots of money goes in, so that the user base is happy, and so that more of them sign up for Binance, and so that now we have more registrations for free. Does that make sense? So when it comes to listing a coin, what you see has been what I used to see many, many, many years ago, which is, wow, the coin listed and it went up like 100x straight away. It was crazy. I could have made 100x. No, it happened so fast, so rapidly, as and when Binance choose, to the minute or to the second even, if a coin doesn't have that much of a user base and that much weight behind it, that no one benefits from that 100x except Binance. They'll basically list it, they'll buy it up, they'll get it advertised out, and bam, they'll sell it this quick. And so what happens is, from the outside looking in, you see things like, oh, the coin went listed and it went up 100x. Man, I can't wait for United to go on a centralized exchange and go up 100x. But you would never see that 100x. I would never see that 100x if they do it too early. There are figures and stats and things to what's considered early and not early, and what would be considered a relationship that's profitable for us before United lists on an exchange, and when it's too early, and that will come over time. But it doesn't make money doing it early. And most of the money anyhow is made in the decentralized exchange for your reference from examples of any private sales I got into and from any coins that I've purchased pre-listing. I can tell you that the majority of the money has always been made in a decentralized exchange. If it's done smart and it's put in a centralized exchange, there is very big potential for big numbers. And oftentimes, funnily enough, these big numbers happens before it even gets listed. It happens when Binance announce we're listing this coin. And then the people who made the coin or the group in charge of, I don't know, promoting the coin will say, look at that. The partnership with Binance is official. And then people that are unaware of what happens assume that it's going to go up like crazy for everyone. And then that's what makes the coin go up like crazy before it even gets listed. Binance, in the meantime, are laughing because they know what's going to happen, which is they're going to do a hostile takeover, blast it out onto their site and various channels, and then sell, and it's dumped. So there are many intricacies to the crypto market that there is no need for me to tell you. I just focus on doing my job and you just focus on doing what I do. Is that fair? Guys, can you hear me? Is that fair? Zoom user said, my goodness, there's a lot of things going on. That's just brushing the surface. That is just brushing the surface. But luckily, and it's not, I'm not a smart guy that is some kind of genius. I've just been doing it for such a long time that, and I like to analyze data. I'm a data nerd, you can call me. That would be very safe to say. I look at all the data, I look at the stats, and I can contextualize things. I can piece things together. And even complex things like this, I can explain very well for anyone to understand. So it shows you that if it can be explained simply, chances are I know what I'm talking about. If I can explain something that's supposedly complex to you in a simple way that you can understand. Michael Banks said, I'm following you except in boxing. So everyone is happy with that. Now, I'll tell you this again from experience, right? 12 years, what have I been doing? Before Cryptonaire Network, I've sold various things. And you can't do a business, be in the business, keep everyone updated about that business, meaning selling a course. So you can't sell a course on something and be updated on the business at the same time, because being updated on the business is serious work. And then as you're doing that, you've constantly got to change the course. That's why I like Cryptonaire Network, the way that I set it up, is because I simply just tell you what I'm doing in lifetime. It's up to you to do it or not. And every time I talk to you, it's just me showing you the competence. Oh, I'm talking to you, I'm sharing information with you, answering your questions instantly, no hesitation, in a way that everyone understands. Constantly, one after another, I'm just showing you the level of competency that I have in the crypto market and the edge that I have in the crypto market, the intentions I have for Cryptonaire Network. I used you a little bit to get a good deal for us in United Token. A lot of crypto is just about deal making and then understanding numbers. hey, United, I've got Cryptonaire network community. They're badasses. They know what they're doing. And we've got some serious weight. These are the demands. So you're helping me make great money. So I'm very happy. I'm very thankful for that. In return, I'm going to help you make money by sharing with you everything that I'm doing. And from time to time in these Zoom sessions, I'll educate you on the behind the scenes and some intricate details. For example, listing tokens and how it works. And most people don't know how it works, by the way. Most people that, even people that own tokens, they don't know how it works. Or people that they just expect they're going to list and they're going to make the big money. And they didn't understand that Binance and every other central exchange puts the coins into two piles. And they're usually in the trash pile. The non-trash pile, there's certain things that need to be hit. But once that gets hit, on the same day, it can list on the exchange. And it can list on any exchanges. So there are certain things that have to be ticked and looked at, and then it's like, okay, we choose, it's time to list. And I'm going to share with you what that list is. And then we will brief it, or I will brief it to the United team and tell them you can go. And I can even offer the relationships. I can say, there we go. These are the guys that can list you on these exchanges. Enjoy, have dinner, and this is what we need to do. So I can liaise. I've been in it for a long time. Don't forget, long before Binance existed, I've been in the crypto market. So how well connected am I? Now then, I'm going to scroll up. Somebody, Alonso said, do we get passive income in round 2 to 5? Yeah, but your passive income goes by half every single time, every round later. That's why I'm telling you, go into United as big as possible for round 1. The way that the revenue percentage is split is based on the number of United tokens you have. Make sense? Each round lasts 5 days with the exact date written in the PDF presentation. In live time, as we are talking right now, you have under 48 hours to get into round 1 at the price of $0.001 per token. That means 2 days from now, with the same money, the same USDT, the same whatever, and you decide to buy United tokens, you will have how many United tokens? Half the United tokens. If you have half the United tokens, once the passive income starts to come out, you're going to make half the passive income that you could have made permanently. Now, you missed round 2 also, and it goes to round 3, which, by the way, each one is 5 days only. On round 3, the price is doubled again from round 2. So now, instead of getting in with the same amount of money in round 1, you got into round 3, you're making 4 times less money for the passive income. Imagine you were going to earn $10,000 a month in passive income, just for the sake of the conversation. Because you decided to take 10 days to make a decision, instead of $10,000 a month, you're earning $2,500 a month. It's still great, but it's not $10,000 a month. That's the difference between round 1 and round 3. If you take the same action on round 5 as round 1, it's the difference between earning 16 times less passive income. That means instead of earning $16,000 a month, just for easy reference, with the same money you purchase the tokens, you are earning $1,000 a month in passive income in round 5. But if you took that same level of action, you would be on $16,000 a month in passive income because you got in on round 1. You got less than 2 days. So make it happen, guys. But don't just make it happen. Go big. Go big. The time now, over the past, what has it been? How long has it been, guys? 2 years? Little bit more than 2 years for Cryptonaire Network. In the, let's just call it 300, let's just say a little bit over a year. A little bit over a year. How much have you guys spent on random coins that lost you money? Random tokens that have lost you money. How much have you lost? I don't give that many signals for the secret members. I don't give that many. Very rare that I say, guys, hurry up and buy now. And guys, hurry up and sell this now. But when I do, it's great multiples. Now, United is where it's at and what you need to be doing and what you need to get in on. You've got under 2 days. Make it happen. That's all I will say for now. Somebody did mention, hey, you're skipping my question, but I don't see the question because there's a lot of messages. So I'm just scrolling through the messages. Great question by Destiny. I will check to see if you can change your. This is for sorry for anyone who. I apologize, but I'm going to answer this question for her. It's in regards to the first private SL Mint Hub, which is on the dashboard. I informed Tech, by the way, to remove Mint Hub from the menu for anyone who didn't buy at all. Because if you click it and you haven't bought at all, it just takes you to an error page. But if you did buy and you have numbers on there, it does not take you to an error page. It takes you to a section with all of the data stats on how many you purchased, on the percentage of the profits that you have from the launch price that's going to be taking place. There's a timer on there of when it launches, and there is a section to add in your Solana address. If you're able to change the Solana address, which should be the case, then you can just change it. It's very easy to do that. But if there's no option to change it, I will tell Tech to make it so that you can delete the address and you can add in your own address, another address. But I do suggest Phantom. Now, can you do others? I just suggest Phantom because I'm going to use Phantom. And I don't want to tell you ever out of my mouth. I never want to utter something that I won't do. I'm going to go with Phantom Wallet. And I suggest for you to simply do everything that I do, which makes it easier. And a lot of people have asked me this question on even with United when it launches later. What to use? Can I use my Solana wallet from this and from that? Guys, it's extremely easy to download an app. You being here means you've downloaded an app. Some of you have with just hopping on Zoom. You all, I believe, have mobile phones or a laptop or a tablet which means you can download Phantom. So here's what the answer is. Do what I do because I'm doing it. And it makes life much easier for you. Now, let me double check for you if you can actually change your Solana address. So I'm going to click add your wallet in the, and I apologize for everyone here who was new, but I'm just going to check. So there's my Solana address. I can just type a random thing and I can delete it. So it's fine. So delete it and then add in your Solana address from Phantom. There's a reason I'm saying Phantom, 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 because later you're going to ask me the same question. Oh, how do I exchange into Solana? How do I sell it? How do I buy it? And I'm going to tell you to download Phantom. Kevin said, how do I purchase the United tokens in round one? First, you have to log into your dashboard. You can register for free in Cryptonaire network. If you haven't, whoever referred you here, go back to them and ask them for the link. Register. You'll have access to a dashboard. The dashboard itself is free. By the way, I give away a few cool things there for free. An ebook which is just a few pages, which literally tells you how I find tokens. And Zoom sessions like this, where, man, the information is crazy. And all of the recordings are on the YouTube channel, and exclusive private sales, which is extremely rare. And United is up right now. And how to purchase it is very simple. Inside of the menu, there's a deposit now section. You click deposit now, and then you can deposit whatever funds you want in either Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB on the Binance Smart Chain, Tron, USDT on the Tron network, USDT on the ERC20 network. Once you've done that, you click on United in the menu and you click buy United. And there we go. You have now converted your funds into United. And this is what I want to talk to you guys about. You're not buying United. You're not investing in United. You are literally converting free capital. You're converting your funds into United, which means the less you convert into United, the more money you lose. How does that work out? First of all, the US dollar is, nothing's happening to it, but it's going down and becoming more and more worthless. This is number one. And it's the same with any other currencies. They're not even classed as currencies. The US dollar is not money because there has to be 7 definitions must be met for it to be considered a currency. One of which is that it's got a finite supply, meaning it's not infinite, meaning it cannot be printed or just in typing it and putting it on a screen and saying, there we go, we've got $1 billion now. So any currency, traditional currency, paper money, any currency in any country is actually not real money. So what's real money would be gold. What would be real money would be crypto. Crypto is as real of money as it gets. Crypto is as real as it gets. So what you're really doing is the less United tokens you get, the more money you're losing. It's pretty much the way to put it. I would, if I were you, convert funds into United that I don't have to see for the next 90 days after it launches, because that's when the token gets released to you and you can sell if you wish, by the way. But the passive income element of it is going to be the big, big winner for us, because whatever happens to the crypto market, the game is going to just continue to go up and people will continue to buy and the passive income will continue to get paid out. And it's going to be done through a smart contract. So the way that it will work is that once the game launches, the pay-to-play feature happens and the tournaments take place, which happen every week, by the way. At the end of that tournament, 20% gets distributed of the tournament revenue to private sell buyers, people who purchased United tokens or converted their funds into United tokens. And based on the number of United tokens you have, you're going to have a split of that 20%. It's going to be done in a smart contract, meaning you don't have to withdraw anything. You don't have to take any kind of action. It directly goes into your wallet. And that's how easy it is. Smart contracts, those of you that don't know, are basically the building blocks to building a token. And they're very difficult to change once it's built. So I had this discussion with the United developers, the game developers. They're amazing when it comes to games, but when it comes to crypto, which is what they want to get involved in, I was the liaising them on many things. So this is one of the reasons I'm very confident about United also. And I advised them and I told them and I scared them. And I told them smart contracts will be very difficult to change and alter. So the passive income, we have to lock it in, even if I sell everything when it launches, all of my tokens when it goes public, if it launches, and if all of the Cryptonaire network community sell when it launches, we still want to have our share. Because the greater the private sell, the bigger the public launch is going to be. The bigger the public launch is going to be, the more eyes are going to be on United. The more eyes are going to be on United, the more the revenue is going to be, the more money you're going to make. So at the end of the day, you're going to win if you work with us. And this is how we're going to play it. And this was the conversation that I had with them. They agreed to it. So not only is crypto about understanding fundamentals, seeing the bigger picture, being able to contextualize what happens, but there is an element of dealing with people involved, and there's an element of pushing some weight. And I used you, Cryptonaire network community, to push some weight to close a better deal. Better deal equals more money in my pocket, because when I buy United now, I get passive income thanks to you. So I'm going big. And 7.5% of my entire portfolio goes into United. So that tells you something. 15% of my crypto portfolio will go into gaming. Half of all of that goes directly into United token in the private sale. And the other half is going to go to numerous different games. And that's going to be in the public market. And that's going to be enter, exit. But that's money on the side that I will have on the side in Solana to just quickly buy up any games and whatever's going on in Solana, in the Solana network, in the Ethereum network, in the BSC network. Whatever happens in these networks in form of gaming, 7.5%, I'm just going to get it out. The other 7.5% goes directly into United in the private sale. So that tells you something. 7.5% is a decent sum of money for myself personally. I'm not going to mention the amount, of course, but this is how confident I am in United token. Our Junior said a great question, but the answer is no, don't do that. Junior said, can we just leave our money there to grow instead of taking the 20% payout by not providing the phantom Solana address until such a time? Listen, the dashboard, and everyone here, please, you can someone at least tell the audience, this dashboard for Cryptonaire network has changed a few times. The first time I actually built the whole thing myself. I designed it myself and I built the tech of it myself. Crazy. And I was paying manually Every sell I was paying out manually, and only in Bitcoin, and it was a headache. It grew to a point where I um, looked into several tech teams, and that's the tech team that we have now. No issues, 388 days plus, 400 days now, you can say. 400 days with this tech, 60 seconds that the site was down. 60 seconds. No issues, no errors. And that is virtually impossible. It was because I had everything already envisioned and I laid it out extremely neatly. And during these 400 days, the dashboard again has changed and improved multiple times. So everything will be explained as things get added in. And as things get added in, it gets announced on the Telegram channel. One of the things that Junior said right now was, can we just leave our money there to grow and not provide a Solana address? I will tell you right now that before round 4, and I've mentioned this, I think, to the Russian community, before round 4, I will put something on the menu to make it super clear, by the way, to enter in your Solana address for when the launch takes place. What you do with your tokens is up to you. And what I do with my tokens is up to me. And I will let you know if I sell it and the reasonings and why if you should sell it or not, and when. And everything is based on your situation. But you do need to enter in that Solana address before it launches publicly. And the reason for that is because that's how you're going to receive your tokens. What you do when you receive your tokens, well, it's going to be on your Phantom wallet. For me, it'll be on a phone. It's up to you what you want to do with it. You can hold it, you can sell it, but even if you sell your tokens, you're still getting the same number of shares out of that 20% of the revenue when the game kicks in. And if you're referring to Mint Hub, which he said now, you've got what, 20 something days? Let me check the timer. You better damn well put your damn Solana addresses. You have to put your Solana address in. Why? Because otherwise, when it launches, and this is perfect example, a prime example, before MintHub launched, they mentioned, for example, we will have a 30-day timer to give people enough time to put in their Solana address, because if they don't put in their Solana address on time when we launch, then how can they get their tokens? So we need to make it 30 days. We can't just launch it straight away. You've got a month. Everyone as my witness. I have labeled the importance of it before United even launched, that you have to enter in before that. 16 days left now. 16 days left to that person that asked. If you don't put in your Solana address in those 16 days, which is a 10-second job, then you lose the Mint Hub you've purchased. They're not going to distribute out again. It's all going to be on a smart contract, and bam, it's going to get deployed. Before that smart contract gets deployed, they were kind enough to say, you know what, we're not going to say give a 1-day warning, because someone might be on holiday, like Jed is on holiday, right? He's been an accelerator member for a long time. He took off a few days. He made some money. He purchased round 1 of United, took a step back, went on a break, disappeared for a few days, came back, checked just to check on what's going on. And just in case someone does that, they said 30 days to enter in your Solana address. So make sure you do it. Same thing with any private sale. Is private sale takes place, you provide and present your address, where when it goes public, it goes there. And most private sales, the way it works is if you don't provide it on time, when it launches, that's it. You've missed out. They're not going to go through the headache of having, in some cases, tens of thousands of people all of a sudden saying, hey, where is my coins? They will basically say, there was the warning, and you had that much time. So I labeled the importance of it already for those of you that got into Mint Hub. And for those of you that are here in United, I'm going to add in an area for you to enter in your Solana address. If you're in Mint Hub and United, it can just be the same Solana address, by the way. So as long as there is a Solana address before it launches, then it's fine. But I'll add in, I'll put in a section in the menu for this as soon as possible. Phantom is an app. Phantom. Phantom is an app. You download the app. When you download the app, you can create a wallet. I'm telling you right now, you can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with it. You can download Phantom, and there might even just be a plus sign, nothing else, just to indicate there's nothing else to click except this. You click it, and it's going to say create a new wallet. You create a new wallet, you click that, and it might say things something like, here's your private keys. And then they verify that you know what you've done. You've got to write it down on a piece of paper and then figure out a way where you can't get, someone can't take that from you. And everyone can do it in a different way. That's it. Now you've got your wallet, and you will see something called Solana. Solana. And then you will see a button called copy. Bam. And it's there. I just explained to you how easy it is. Download Phantom. Don't ask questions. Make it happen. You don't know how to make it happen? Google it. YouTube it. How to download Phantom Wallet and get my Solana address. Google has all the information in the history of the world. Now, okay, Kevin said, so buy Tron with my USD and then buy United token. Yes. So what you do is you can deposit in either, and you can choose it, whatever, whichever you wish. So if you register and you log in to the dashboard and you click deposit now on the menu, you can choose which coin you want to deposit in, and then it will show up on your available balance. So when you go to click on buy United, it will show your available balance in US dollar. That's what it will show it. And then you just type how much of that you want to use to buy United. Of course, all of it, because why else are you depositing funds? And then you just click on buy United. And then it automatically converts to United. So it's that easy. You can use either, you can do Tron if you want, or you can do Bitcoin, or you can do Ethereum. Well, all the choices are there. I've mentioned it already just earlier now. So make sure you go through those choices. Freddie said, how safe is the Phantom wallet anyway? It's as safe as you make it. If you write your private key out on a piece of paper and you leave it on the table for everyone to see, it's not safe. If you type it out, God forbid you do that, then if your computer gets hacked or your laptop gets hacked, it's not safe. You can set up things like two-factor authenticator, I believe. And then if you do that, it's extra safe. So I can go to security and privacy. I can add a pin in. I could do many things, and it will take care of protecting it. But I mean, I'm not going to tell you how I do it because then you know how I do it. Someone here is going to try to kidnap me. I'm going to hit them, and it's going to be a very long day. Everyone has to have and come up with their own way of protecting things. The secret key, the phrases. So when you end anytime in any app, when you create a crypto wallet, it will give you a set of words. That set of words is your wallet. Let me rephrase this. If you give those set of words to anyone, they can just get into your wallet, withdraw everything they want, whenever they want. You can't say, oh, I accidentally gave it to you. I'm going to lock you out. There's no such thing as that. That is the bank account. Those words are the bank account. So how you protect that bank account, you could split the words up in different places. You can there's so many different ways to go about it, but don't tell anyone how you do it. Just for an extra layer of security. Hope that made sense on that basics. Now, we're going to cut it short. It's like 90 minutes roughly that we've been talking. The only task for you now literally is to buy as many United tokens as possible within 2 days, within less than 2 days. Because you take the same action 2 days from now, half the passive income. Still make great money on the launch and on the passive income and on token price. And all of that depends on timing. In crypto, it depends on timing more than anything. Any coin, if you had perfect timing or even good timing, or you can tell what will happen, any coin can make you profit. It could be a shit coin. It could be trash. Any coin on the market. Go to the market, you go to coinmarketcap.com. Every single coin is making someone money, regardless of the market condition. Because someone in some second purchased it and sold in another second, even if the whole market is tanking like crazy. It just so happens that he bought it, it went up a little bit, and he just sold it. Every single coin can make profit. Similarly, every single coin can lose money. And if I tell you get in as big as possible on the first round, it's because the first round is where you can earn the most money. So coinmarketcap.com, on the first page, they list 100 coins. They have 100 pages. That's 10,000 coins. I'm telling you right now, all 10,000 coins are making someone money and someone they're losing money on all 10,000 coins. And it's 100% based on timing. So the timing here you have to make the most amount of money, period, is less than 2 days. Make it happen. I shouldn't even be talking anymore. You know what to do. I'll see you on the next Zoom session. Take this urgently because it can really shift the direction of your life. This is Rahman signing out. I'll see you next time.